So we're going to talk about 3 tips today. I want to help you to go from feeling anxiety, feeling panic, feeling worry, feeling like, oh my God, can I do this? Can I do this? To transferring that into excitement. And I actually have 3 things we're going to talk about, 3 different areas that I actually have personal experience in on taking myself from panic attacks on so many different areas of my life into where now I can very easily shift that, and it's all up here. It's all in my mind. It's all what I think about. Okay, it's all what we think about. Like, it's the main thing is like, are we going to let our emotions rule us? Or are we going to let logic? Are we going to let fear? Are we going to let fear and panic rule our every decision? Or are we going to let trust, faith, hope, excitement, knowing that good's on the other end from whatever decisions that we're coming up against? So we have that choice. We have that choice on what we're going to do in the moment, which is then going to breed even more of what we're focusing on, right? So if we're worried about something and we're thinking about it and we're like up at night and we're not sleeping and it's impacting our relationships, it's impacting our food choices, if we're constantly thinking about what's not happening, what's not working out, what if it doesn't work out? What if I go and no one likes me? What if I go and I do something to mess up and I get made fun of? I look like a fool in front of people. Like, we could think about that stuff, which is going to bring more of that in, more of those thoughts in, which then can actually lead us to not even doing a lot of fun things in life, things that would actually set us free, because all we're thinking about is the what ifs. And the what ifs are turning into, in our mind, as if it's already happened, and we're seeing it as if it's happened in the worst possible way in our brains. And that in itself can actually turn into us not doing anything. So we won't even try, to start a workout regimen. We won't even try to eat right. We won't even, get up to tell our story in front of church people. We won't even try out for choir. We won't do a lot of these things that would make a big impact on us and a big impact on our family and our friends, because if they start to see us shine, like, it gives them the permission to shine and them to come out of hiding all of their gifts. So many of us hide our gifts because we're so concerned and we're so worried that people won't understand our gifts, or they're going to make fun of us, or if we take our gift and we go up too high in a level, will I still be relatable? Will people be able to relate to me? So a lot of those things are taking us out of the game. Like, we're not even giving ourselves the opportunity to even try, because we're living in the fear and the worry and the anxiety over the what ifs. So I want to start with a story. Okay, you guys know I love the story time, and welcome into today's live video with Heather. And if you missed my song, I actually sang a little bit ago. My friend Lori, she's like, Heather, you need to sing a little bit more. We need to hear your angelic voice. And I'm like, but it's not like so powerful like all these other artists I listen to. And hi, Stacy. And my friend Lori is like, it doesn't matter. Like, you stay on tune and you singing and just like enjoying life, showing yourself singing and praising God, or like, you're living in a situation that you just came out of that was really hard and you're showing that through song. That actually gives other people permission to try. So she's like, I think you should at least try. And so today I sang for you guys Carrie Jovi. Oh my God. I was like really nervous, Stacy. I was so nervous because I'm not like a professional singer. I love it. I love it. Like, even part of my email has the word sing in it. So like, I enjoy it. I used to do karaoke like all the time. When I was a big partier, that's what I did. I stayed out at the karaoke bars I just sang my little heart out, and I had the best time with people. And I didn't even need alcohol a lot of times too. I could just get up there and just sing, and it was fun. It was fun for me. But it took that one time, the first time of getting out of my comfort zone and just doing it, to then where it became more of a natural thing. Okay, so that happens. All right, let me tell you guys a story. About, 2017, 2017, I was a part of this network marketing company. And I went to 2 of their events when I was a part of this company. And the first year that I went, I chickened out on what I'm about to tell you, and I regretted it. I regretted it that entire next year because I saw my son who went with me to this event. I saw people that I was leading on a team. They did this thing I'm about to talk to you about. Their leader chickened out. I actually went into the bathroom and I hid. And I regretted it for that entire year. And that was this arrow. Let me show you the arrow. I finally did it on the second year. But basically, Tony Robbins and his son, and I think some of the other people from their team, can't remember their names right now, but they actually were our speakers. And they did this, what do you call it? This, what's the word? It's like exercise. They did this exercise called the arrow, okay? So imagine this thing, it used to be one piece, okay? In the arrow exercise, what they would have a person do is it was facing this way, okay? So it was facing towards the neck, right here in the hole, right there, okay? Right where you're like, you can feel yourself talking. So it was like pointing out like this, and we had to walk through it to break the arrow. Now, the first year, I did not do this exercise because I was scared that this arrow was going to kill me. I literally was like, what if this arrow kills me? What if this arrow doesn't break and everyone else's breaks and I look like a fool because I couldn't do it? All of the what ifs and the worst possible scenarios went through my brain when I thought about breaking the arrow. And so that first year I hid. Then the second year, which I believe was 2018, here comes my opportunity again. And this time during one of the speaker events, which I believe was Jared Robbins, Tony Robbins' son. That second year, the breaking the arrow opportunity came up, and I stood up to do it. I went with, a team, my team and some of the other people, and they hand us this arrow, okay? So they hand us this full arrow, so it was not broken. We had to walk all the way out of the building that we were in, all the way outside, down this very busy, popular street where the building that we were renting and having the event. Publicly, we had to go out and walk with our arrow, and we were all in a big line going to way in the back of this building behind where people couldn't see. There was line after line after line. We just had to choose a line to go in to then break our arrow. The entire time that I'm walking over there, in my brain, I'm thinking to myself, I think I want to turn around. I don't think I want to do this. I think I want to turn around. I don't want to do this. What if I can't do this? What if I make a fool of myself? The whole time I'm walking over there, I'm sweating. My heart is racing. I'm starting to feel anxiety, like I'm going to have a panic attack. I get up to the line. I choose the line that I am going to go into. It's 6 people long, I want to say, when I get there. And then it's 5. And then it's 4. And then it's 3. And then it's 2. And then it's the person right before my turn. And person after person I'm seeing break their arrow, and I'm like, oh my God, please don't let me die. Please don't let me, and I'm praying, please don't let me die. Please don't let me die. Please don't let me die. Okay. Then it's my turn, and the person comes up to me, and then here's the arrow. I still remember this moment. It like chokes me up. Oh, I forgot to tell you this. Before we got out of the main building and had to walk in front of all those people, we had to actually write down what we feared the most. What we feared the most on the arrow, so that when we broke the arrow, it represented that we were overcoming what we wrote on the arrow. So I actually wrote down, because it's definitely my worst fear, looking like a fool in front of others. So it came up to my turn, okay? This thing was right on my throat, right here. On the other end was a woman, and she was holding the other end, which was going to help to break it. My full weight had to go right into this to then break the arrow, which it did. And I have held on to this arrow as a symbol of what Heather Tucker is capable of when she pushes past her fears, when she pushes past her anxiety. I kept this arrow as a symbol of what is possible for myself in life when I push past anxiety and I do what I'm scared of anyways. And I also keep it as a symbol for the clients that I work with, because there's so many of you that want to lose weight, that really wish that their confidence was so much higher than it is. But you feel that wall of resistance. You feel that fear coming up. Right before a client purchases, this comes up a lot. A lot. They know for a fact that if they would work with me, that I would actually help to take them to the other side, and I would help them to lose weight. I would help them to create inner sexy confidence for themselves. They know because they see other people doing it. They see me talking about the results that my clients are getting in weight loss and inner sexy confidence and stepping into their power and, having like a better relationship and their sex life improving and communication improving in their relationship. Like, they see other people having these results. But when it comes to themselves and them actually making that commitment, which is when they pull their wallet out, get their credit card, and they go on the link and they purchase, it freaks the crap out of them. Fear after fear after fear after worry after worry after what if I fail? What if I can't keep up? What if my husband gets mad at me for doing this? What if? And that stops them. That stops them a lot of times. But like this arrow that I had to choose to push past my fear, because I knew on the other side it was going to breed breakthrough. It was going to breed me breaking a habit and an excuse and a reason that I used every single time in my life before I moved into a new version of myself. This same fear of looking like a fool in front of people would come up. So for me with this arrow, I knew that I had to do this exercise in order for me to break this habit, okay? So I really wanted to share that story with you because it's impactful. It's huge. It is huge, this exercise, okay? Another exercise that I do and I will help you as a client when you decide to work with me is I do a belief exercise, and I take a client through a very specific belief exercise where I am actually showing you and giving you a very simple tool like this arrow that I demonstrated on how to break through so that the reasons that you are currently using or have used your entire life are no longer going to be the excuses or the reasons. You're actually going to feel the reason, feel the resistance, and again, you're going to push through. Like we've talked about the last couple of days, you're going to push through in spite of fear, okay? And how we do this is that we understand that it takes the same amount of energy, the same amount of thought process to think and focus on the fear that it does to focus on the excitement, the possibilities of what's going to come after you do the very thing that you're feeling scared of right now. So let me talk to you about 3 different areas that you can actually push through into success. And I'm going to show you how you can go from anxiety into success in these areas, okay? The first one, a lot of times women won't even begin their workout regimen because they are feeling fear that they might pass out. They might pass out in front of others. They might get dizzy. And so some people even take it to a further extent. I might die. What if I die in front of people? What if I pass out in front of people? And it's that that it kind of comes up where you're feeling, what if I make a fool of myself in front of other people? Or it might not be like a gym scenario, but what if I make a fool of myself, or I pass out in front of my kids or my husband, and I put more work onto people that doesn't need to be there, and so it's just easier for me to not work out because then I won't have to worry about my heart rate going up too high and my breathing, getting where you kind of like have that hyperventilation feeling that can come up when you get scared, right? So a lot of women don't even go for their first workout because they're so freaking scared that they might pass out or they might die. Now, let me tell you, I used to feel that way too because I used to be 235 pounds. Let me see if I have... I have a picture way back there on my shelf, but my kids are in front of me. I actually used to hide in front of my kids all the time because I hated how I looked. So, but I did not work out either for a really long time because every time that I did, I felt like my heart rate going up, and then I felt my breathing start to speed up, and it scared me that there was more of a pressure in my lungs and more of like, what if my heart explodes through my chest or something like that? You know what I mean? And so that kept me from working out for a long time. So what I had to do, and I'm going to tell you this too, okay? This is what you have to do if you have this particular fear like I used to. Instead of worrying that you could pass out, you actually have to imagine the best case scenario. So you actually have to imagine yourself as becoming stronger from the workout, that your heart, yes, it might beat fast, but you see that it's a normal part of the process of working out. You have to see yourself as being strong mentally, being strong emotionally, getting done with the workout, walking out of the gym, feeling so good, feeling so proud of yourself, starting to see the changes in the mirror, your friends and husband starting to compliment you more because now it's like becoming noticeable that you're losing weight. That's what you have to focus on. And you can get excited about that. Excited that it's going to come. Excited that that's what's going to happen as you make that decision to consistently work out. So do you see what I'm saying? It's like you can take yourself from anxiety to excitement in a matter of seconds. In a matter of seconds. Like you can even think of it as like a countdown. So like if you start to feel scared, you can be like start to train yourself. 3, 2, 1. Nope, I'm doing that thing anyways. And then you start to transfer it to feel what the excitement feels like. And you start to focus on the excitement, okay? So you can do that for working out. I have actually had clients that were so panicky about going on an airplane, freaked out of flying, freaked out. They hadn't flown since the terrorist attack, 9/11. And I have actually shown them this same trick, how, you know what, you can still do it. You can actually go from all of the what ifs into imagining yourself like wherever you really want to go. Like, let's say you want to go to like Hawaii, or you want to visit your family member. Maybe, you know, your family member just had a baby and you want to go visit the baby. And like, you can actually imagine yourself already off the plane, already visiting with your family member, holding the baby, how good it's going to feel, the smell of the baby, you know, the feeling of the warmth, them sleeping up against you, you know how good that feels, right? And you can actually focus on that to help you get through the booking the flight, packing, getting on the plane, keeping your anxiety at bay when you're actually on the plane, because your mind, you can actually train your mind to already be with that baby, to already be in Hawaii on a surfboard or whatever it is that you want to do, like celebrating with your husband on your honeymoon, at your favorite restaurant, or at a restaurant in Hawaii that your friend told you about, or whatever, you know? Like, you can totally do that with like flying an airplane too. Okay, so breathing techniques. Now, with working out, I've actually really trained myself at this, and I help a lot of my clients inside Becoming Her. They're going to work out for the first time and they're kind of like a little bit scared, and I'm like, okay, have you ever heard of yoga breathing? And they're like, I've heard of it, like meditative type of breathing. So you can actually control your breathing while you're working out so that you're not hyperventilating, and you're not like you can kind of keep your heart rate a little bit lower even though you're doing a bunch of action stuff. What you do, and I'm going to show you guys this, is you push all your air out, and then you start by, okay, you can literally control your anxiety from that 4-count breathing. In for 4, make sure it gets up into your head so you feel it coming up through your nose, and then pushing it out where it leaves your stomach. So when you feel your stomach start to relax. So that's like a really cool trick that you can use during workouts to help control your breathing. And then in your mind, you're imagining yourself like with that better body, with like being done with the workout already and feeling proud of yourself and stuff like that. Okay. Another thing that people tend to get anxiety over is food. So sometimes like you'll be invited to a party or whatever, and you're only supposed to eat a certain kind of food on like, your diet. But then it's like Susie's birthday, and there's going to be birthday cake, and there's going to be cupcakes, and there's going to be like cheese and crackers, and there's going to be all the kinds of things, right? So a lot of times, because we want to stay on track with our diet, we'll say no to an invite because we're so panicked that we might eat the food that's being served at the party that we say no to living. We say no, and we keep ourselves in this very tight-knit box because we don't trust ourselves over here at parties. We don't trust ourselves during the holidays. We don't trust ourselves at any celebration because we think we're going to binge and go overboard, and then we get so out of control that we have a hard time coming back, okay? Now, I used to be here, so these are like the 3 things that I used to struggle with, which is why I'm like so confident that I know that this is possible to get over this, and it's how I know that I can help you as a client to get over these things because I've overcome it myself, and I help people all the time. So all you have to do with the food thing is, 1, you can actually pack your own food in your purse. No one's going to know. Make sure you put your purse up away from a dog if they have a dog. So like the dog doesn't find the food, when you're at the party and you're like, crap, the dog ate my food. So you can bring your own food. You can actually eat something healthy ahead of time so that when you get to the party, you don't have to feel like you need to eat any of, their food and have anxiety about it. Or what you can do, and I do a lot of this with my clients inside Becoming Her, which is so amazing to see and watch this stuff in action is you can actually take yourself from feeling scared about the food that's actually going to be at the party. And in your mind, you can actually do a little game with yourself, and you can actually play out a scenario in your brain of arriving at the party, imagining yourself hugging your friends, imagining your friend walking you around the house, here's everything, say hi to Aunt Susie, say hi to everyone. You can imagine them showing you the food table. You can imagine what food is going to be there. You can, like, if you've never been to their events, you can just imagine the worst case food that you think is going to be like the worst that you could binge at, and you'll go totally off track. Okay, so just like picture it in your brain, this food spread, okay? And then what I want you to do is imagine yourself walking right next to the food, smelling it, and imagining yourself not even wanting it. And you're just looking at it and you're like, I smell it, it looks good, but I don't even really want that. I don't even really need that. I don't even have like a desire to eat that food. I'm not craving it. Haven't been craving it for like weeks now. I really don't need to be scared of this, because guess what? Guess what? You have more power over the food than you think that you do. God has given us the power of choice. The power of choice. And so in your brain, you don't have to be scared of food that would be considered unhealthy, because you have the ultimate power of choosing if you're going to eat the food or not. And you can actually tell yourself as you pass by that little food, area, you don't control me, food, I control you. You don't control me, I control you. You don't control me, food, I control you. Okay, and that's a trick that I teach all of my clients with weight loss, is getting into this mantra of, you don't control me, food, I control you. I control when I actually put that food in my mouth. What you can do if you want some of the birthday cake and you're not diabetic, okay, so this is really important. If you're not diabetic, you don't have a sensitivity to sugar, and like you're going to want cake and you're going to eat the cake, try not to eat a lot before you go to the party if you know you're going to have the cake. And it comes time for cake, and just ask for a small slice if you can control that. Or if they're passing out slices and you take one, just, again, I have control over how much I eat of you, cake. You're talking to it in your brain. I'm only going to have a couple of bites. I'm going to control myself. And then I'm going to put the cake to the side and, go throw it away or give it to somebody else or whatever. So that is how you can actually go from anxiety over food to excitement. Because if you know that you have control over the food that goes into your mouth, and you know that you have control over the emotions over the food, you can actually get excited, pre-excited in your brain by taking yourself through a good scenario, and you see yourself in your mind controlling yourself over the food, making good choices, coming out of the party, leaving feeling so proud of yourself. You can totally be excited knowing that you actually, can do that when you get to that party. That's how you can turn anxiety into excitement. Again, it's the same energy. What you focus on, you bring more in, okay? It's like the law of attraction. What you focus on, it brings more of that in. So if you're focused on the excitement and the pride feeling that you're going to have, knowing that you're making wise choices at these parties and celebrations and things, you can actually live in that mode and not have anxiety anymore over the food. It's really freaking awesome, okay? Okay. All right, the third thing that we're going to talk about is thinking positive thoughts. So again, it's what goes in your mind that then is breeding anxiety and excitement on the other end. So I want you on the other end of this, whoever's watching this live or whoever's watching this on the replay, I want you to practice, and maybe in the comments you could even say, what area of your life today are you going to practice going from anxiety into excitement, like that. 3, 2, 1, boom. Think positive thoughts. 3, 2, 1, boom. Switch those thoughts. 3, 2, 1, boom. So in the comments, what is that going to be for you? Like what area of your life are you going to practice? And just make it a game. Don't make it anything that you're stressed about and it has to be perfect the first time. It's never going to be perfect. Don't expect anything to be perfect. Life is a series of practices. Life is a series of lessons. So just look for the lesson in everything, every single scenario with your weight loss, with your confidence, with your relationships and your sex life. And just take the time today to put into practice, how can I go from feeling panic, feeling worry, feeling self-conscious, feeling like anything negative, how can I go from that into 3, 2, 1, flipping it around? Okay. And I would love to hear how it went for you. I would love to hear if you were able to take yourself from fear into excitement. And I would love to know if you felt that the energy of that, the energy of each activity, whether it's anxious thoughts or excitement thoughts, if you felt the same amount of effort in both of those. And if you feel the same amount of effort, then you know, okay, I can put effort on anxiety, the things I'm worried about, or I can choose to put effort on the excitement part of what's going to happen on the other side when I push myself, when I decide to choose, my best life, my best self, the things that are going to take me into my best self, starting becoming her. This program, you're going to freak out at how amazing and simple it is. There's 10, I think it's 10 or 11. I just added another step, so I think there's 11. There's 11 steps, 11 strategies behind how to go from fear into excitement, fear into peace, fear into joy, fear into hope, fear into faith over your weight loss journey. Becoming her is amazing. We focus on how our bodies are scientifically created. They're created to feel hunger. They're created to feel thirst. They're created to, eat when they're hungry, right? So I'm actually going to train you and give you several strategies, just like I'm talking about right now with the fear to excitement. We're going to go over several strategies on how to lose weight. I lost over 100 pounds using these strategies 10 years ago, and I've kept the weight off, and now I've been training people on these specific strategies the last couple of years. I even wrote a book around it, Damn You Weight Loss Plateaus, which can be found on Amazon by Heather Tucker. So if you guys want to purchase that. And then the program itself is like me on live videos, and we're having interactive conversations, and you're telling me like what your struggles are, and I'm helping you to overcome them, and I'm seeing what emotions are triggering you into eating, and we work super, super close together so that you can actually overcome and have success not just for 2 weeks, 2 months, but for years and years and years and years and years, because what I teach is not a regular like meal plan and exercise that like somebody would throw at you and wish you luck and hope it works for you like it does for me. No. This is literally like something that I give to you that can be used for life. This isn't a normal like eating and exercise plan. This is literally strategies that, and several of them were pointed out to me through scripture when I read, and I was able to take a couple of verses and convert them and use them in my weight loss journey. And now I'm actually showing them to you, and it's so amazing. Like when you bring God into the mix, holy crap, things become unstoppable. You become unstoppable, and that's what I want for you. So I believe I put the link in there. All you have to do is click on the link to get the program going. I'll add you to the private Facebook group where we're all participating together, and you've got a big support system, a big sisterhood of other women on the same journey as you. So if you ever have questions, concerns, like if something comes up in your life and it's making it hard for you to choose healthy eating food and stuff like that, like this is the place that you can actually talk about it with other women on the same exact journey as you, all right? And of course, message me with any questions on that. But I hope that this has helped. Should I take you guys out with a song? Okay, let me see. Should I pick the same song or maybe different? Let me see. Oh, there's one that was so good that came on the radio the other day, and I'm trying to remember what it is. Lord, show me, Lord, show me, Lord, show me, Lord, show me. Oh, is this one of the ones I like? Hold on, let me see. Let's see.
He is here for the broken.
Nope, don't know that one. Okay, hold on. I'm hoping I'll be brave to sing. I will. I really want to find this one. Hold on, you guys. I wish I could remember the name of it. Is it this one? Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay, let's see if I can sing this one. Me, 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 me. I love this song too. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. Holy, holy is He. Sing a new song to Him who sits on heaven's mercy seat. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. Holy, holy is He. We sing a new song to Him who sits on heaven's mercy seat. Ooh, here comes my favorite. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty, who was and is to come. With all creation I sing praise to the King of Kings. You are my everything, and I will adore you. Here we go. Clothed in rainbows of living color, flashes of lightning, rolls of thunder. Blessing and honor, strength and glory and power be to you, the only wise King. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty, who was and is to come. Filled with wonder, awestruck wonder, at the mention of your name. Jesus, your name is power, breath and living water, such a marvelous mystery. Can't go up that high. Ah. Love this song. Okay. How's that? Oh my gosh. All right. I'm going to keep practicing. I'll just practice with you guys. My voice is going to get stronger, I'm sure, as I keep going. I used to sing karaoke all the time, and I remember like how strong my voice used to be. Oh my gosh. I could hit some of these notes when I was in my 20s. Woo! Crazy awesome notes. So we'll see how that goes. The more that I come on live with you guys. But thank you so much for being here. Damn, I appreciate you. I love you guys so much, and I really appreciate your time. I value it so very much, and I hope that you got a lot from today's live. I will be back on tomorrow. Should be same time, 1:30 p.m. Pacific. I'll let you know if it changes. But otherwise, let's go out and kick ass today. Let's look for things that make us feel scared, like I just sang for you, and let's learn to push through and do it anyway. Who cares? You know, who cares if you mess up? Whatever. I totally went flat, like whatever. I just know the more I practice, the better I'll get. And that's what you have to do too, whether it's in your weight loss journey, your confidence journey, your relationship and sex life, you know, like your business, whatever. It just takes practice, and you have to be okay with falling flat on your face and just show up. Like, just show up in your life and do the best that you can, and know that as you put efforts in, you're going to get rewarded, because God does reward people for putting the efforts in. He really, really does. I've seen it in my life. I've seen it in my client's life, and I know for a fact He's going to do it for you too. Okay, so just show up, do the best you can, and slay your Sunday. All right, talk to you guys soon. Bye.